Children are at the greatest risk when it comes to the swine flu. We spoke with pediatrician Dr. Chilton about the symptoms of H1N1 in children and why they are more susceptible.
The symptoms are really the same as the influenza that we see every year. Aches and pains in the head, the stomach, the arms and legs, fever certainly for most patients, sore throat sometimes, cough a lot of the time. Sometimes with this flu we've been seeing a lot of vomiting and some diarrhea.
So how do I know the difference between a cold, regular flu and H1N1?
Well, right now there's no regular flu in New Mexico to speak of. We're seeing only H1N1. You wouldn't be able to differentiate those two. But colds usually have a fever only on the first day or two in kids, and the fever is not high. Usually there aren't the aches in all parts of the bodies that there are in the flu.
Now, why is it so prevalent in children?
Well, children are natural germ factories who are in contact with other natural germ factories all the time, in school particularly. The attack rate across the country, and certainly it's the same here in our clinic, is highest in school-age children who go to school, get infected from somebody else, pass it on to somebody else before they start staying home.
Is it also that children may not have any exposure to this, whereas older people might have had exposure to something similar?
Well, people my age have probably had something similar at some point. So people 60 and above seem to have some natural immunity, whereas people younger than that, very few of them do, apparently.
Are there certain things in a child that put them at greater risk?
Yes, children who first of all, are under 2 years of age are at somewhat higher risk, but also children who have had asthma or diabetes or chronic lung disease of one sort or another are at higher risk of complications from the flu.
And there is a lot of confusion when it comes to those vaccines in kids. Coming up in our next hour, Dr. Chilton will explain which children need to make sure they get it and what you can expect from that. That's all coming up at 6:15.